The fifth step in developing a sequence diagram is to add the execution occurrences. And these are long, skinny boxes, and you can find them in the UML section. And they go over top of the lifelines and show when that particular object is engaged in sending or receiving a message. So if we look at the customer, it starts right here when they first open the app, and that login screen is displayed, and then it goes all the way down. They are actually engaged in the interaction, either sending or waiting to receive information. So sending messages or receiving information or sending information, all the way till the very bottom when they finally receive that last notice that there's a that the payment is complete. So they're engaged all of the time. The other one that's engaged a lot is the interface. So the interface is created when the user first logs onto the app, and then the interface stays engaged with sending or receiving messages all the way through the process. So it's active the entire time as well. Then we get to objects that are not engaged all the time. So here we have the people object that simply receives the login message and returns the particular customer. And then we notice that that object is actually not active for at all anymore after that. So its execution occurrence is really small. It's just for that area right there where it's getting that one message and returning the value. And then so this one I can make very small. And this is how you do it. You go through each object, and some of them will have multiple interactions. So here we have the customer object, which is being talked to right here with the message to add a transaction. And then it sends a message, receives, waits for a return value, and then it returns value. And then the customer object is not engaged in either sending messages or receiving return values until clear down here. So the execution occurrence is up here while it's active, and then we'll add another one down here again when it's active again in the exchange of messages and return values. And you just go through, and on each one you identify when is this object engaged and when not. So here's the transaction when it's very first created. It's engaged in the action, right? It's being created, and then it's returning that actually itself. The transaction itself is being returned. And then down here later, it again gets engaged as it receives a message that to add a line item, and stays engaged all the way down to right here. So you don't need to be, make this close to when the end is. Some put it right at the very end of that last line. Yeah, you can put it close. And so you just go through that and add those execution occurrences wherever they belong, whenever an object is engaged in sending or receiving messages.